I'm Paul Perkins with the check of your ag weather. Highs in the 90s or hotter are likely through at least Wednesday as a ridge of high pressure builds onto the plains. Through Monday, highs expected to be slightly warmer than normal in the 90s. Saturday night through Sunday night, we could see a few thunderstorms when weak disturbances break down this high pressure ridge. Near critical to critical fire weather conditions persist in the western sandhills and the panhandle through the weekend due to a combination of hot temperatures, low humidity, gusty southerly winds, and the potential of dry lightning. With that high-pressure ridge rebuilding, highs the middle of next week, warm into the mid-90s to the low 100s in most of Nebraska, and the low to mid-100s for southwest Nebraska and northern Kansas. The long-term forecast for Nebraska and Kansas indicates above normal temperatures and below normal rainfall persisting all the way through August 7th. Checking the latest regional drought monitor, Nebraska dropped 2 percentage points to 81% drought-free. Abnormal dryness is found in more areas to the southwest of North Platte and the western Nebraska panhandle. A patch of moderate drought is now found in most of Chase County of the southwest and from Scottsbluff to the northwest corner of Nebraska. Also, severe drought is starting to show up in Sioux County of northwest Nebraska. Kansas saw a 6 percentage point drop to 42% drought-free. The northern fringes, parts of the southwest, and much of eastern Kansas are the drought-free locations. Most of central and western Kansas is abnormally dry. Moderate to severe drought coverage of Kansas only increased a percentage point to 19%, which includes areas near Smith Center and Mankato down to La Crosse and Wichita, along with Goodland to Hoxie and areas around Ulysses in the southwest. Key weather factors affecting the markets include the Corn Belt turning hotter and more heat and dryness for the northern plains, Canadian prairies, and Black Sea region. Southern U.S. rain becomes less organized. 5-day totals, though, may top 2 inches in the western Gulf Coast and parts of the southeast. This weekend and early next week, thunder showers should return across the Midwest, although only scattered locations are expected to receive more than an inch of rain. Hot weather persists in much of the western U.S., but the focus for extreme heat builds into the nation's midsection. Early next week, 100-degree heat covers many locations of the central and southern plains, possibly into the southwestern Corn Belt. In the northern plains, corn and soybeans that had a cool and late start to planting and early development have been benefiting from heat recently. Rain, though, is now needed. Rain is expected in the northern plains over the weekend, but nothing widespread or heavy. Towards the Canadian prairies, dryness concerns are increasing. After a break from the heat this weekend in the Canadian prairies, building heat returns next week with only limited rain. The Black Sea region continues to deal with drought, especially corn and soybean areas in the eastern half of Ukraine and most of southwestern Russia. Areas of rain this weekend miss eastern Ukraine and southwest Russia. Longer-lasting rain is expected most of next week in the Black Sea region, but nothing widespread or heavy. I'm Paul Perkins. That's a check of the ag weather.